chapter 12, verse 7.
Read that.
If he endure
Chastening.
God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?
Right. So it says, if ye endure chastening, God dealeth with you as sons. Right? So, you know, a bastard, he's gonna refuse chastisement. You know what I'm saying? Like we should desire the chastisement of the Most High. What father that loves his son will not correct him? If a mother refuse to correct you, they don't love you. The Most High he don't want you to destroy yourself, so he's gonna chastise you. You see what I'm saying? Just like I chastise y'all, the Father chastises us spiritually. You see, he calls certain things to happen in your life so he can direct your path. This is what he's doing ultimately. You might be being kept from things that your friends can't do. I might be being kept from things, or, you know, business opportunities and money advances. But all these things are leading me to where the Most High needs me to be. In the same way he leads his children. And it might hurt to go through the fire. You have to go through it. But the ultimately it's because the Most High loves you. It says, for what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? Esau. You see, because the Most High, he's letting Esau build up his sins, so then he can destroy him suddenly. But he chastised little by little. Get that in Wisdom of Solomon 12:1. That way, and somebody give me a precept on that sudden destruction. It's one in Sirach 5 and 7. It's a few of them. Deuteronomy 1 on sudden destruction.
I got Wisdom of Solomon.
Give me that.
Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 1, right?
Yeah, 12 and 1. Read that.
For thine incorruptible spirit is in all things.
Right.
Therefore chasteneth thou them by little and little that offend.
He chastened them what?
Therefore chasteneth thou them by little and little that offend.
Why? He chastised you little by little. That way he don't have to destroy you all at once. Read on.
And warnest them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended.
Right, and this is how he teaches you to obey him. Why you might I might tell you to do something and you disobey. Hey, then something happens to you. You know, I may not whoop you. Hey, the Most High, he may do something to you. And he'll teach you to obey. He might tell you to do something himself. And you disobey. And something happens to you. Something goes wrong. He's teaching you to hear his voice. Right? A lot of people, I don't know about the heathens, but you know, when you're dealing with so-called black people, they call it that first voice. You know what I'm saying? You ever heard that? Like, you ever heard something like, move this or do this, and then you don't do it, and then something bad happen? That be the Most High warning you little by little. He's teaching you to hear his voice, right? To obey. Like I used to have, when I was a kid, when I was about to do bad stuff, I would hear my father's voice. I would hear him say, you better not do that. I would hear him, you better not do that. And a lot of the times it would keep me out of trouble. You know, my buddies would end up in prison or shot or dead. And I would go the other way. And I would be saved from that, you see. Even so now we have to be obedient to the voice of the Most High and learn what it is. He teach you his voice through your parents. All this, he teach you to obey him through your parents. You see what I'm saying? Because a faithful son, he's going to be faithful to the Most High too. A faithful daughter, she's going to be faithful to the Most High as well. You got a question?
I got a precept.
You got a precept?
What you just said.
Okay, bring it out.
It's in Proverbs.
It's in Proverbs? Bring that out. Oh, praises.
What you just said, that you've been saved from trouble.
Bring it up.
It's Proverbs chapter 10. I think it's or 11.
Is that it?
What it go like?
Well, I was reading it and it said,
You was reading it today?
yeah.
Okay, find it. I'll go back to it. So when you find it, let me know. Go, give me Hebrews 12 and 8. Somebody give me 12 and 8. You find your scripture in Proverbs. When you got it, let me know.
I got 12:8.
Read that.
But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons.
Right, and what's going on? We're dealing with we're in a generation that the majority of us we were raised by mothers. So in this generation, it's hard for the people to take chastisement, correction, the voice of a strong man. Why? And what's happening in Israel? Our people they're flocking to fun when they should endure chastisement, sound doctrine. They should be where correction is. That's where you want to be, because where correction is, that's where the love is, right? And we're a generation, a fatherless generation. Our mothers raised us, and our mothers didn't discipline us. So we're used to soft things. We're used to being pampered and pacified. Any type of resistance, or you can't do this or you can't do that, and then the people running, they fleeing. But you have to stay in that fire, in that adversity, and that's how the Most High know that you His son, because you're going to endure that, Trinity. You see, that's where you want to be. You don't want to be. It's a scripture in Sirach where it talk about a friend that flattereth. Can somebody find that? There's the friend that flattereth. Why you don't want to be around people that just flatter you and tell you sweet things, smooth things. Somebody give me, there's a precept in Timothy. 2 Timothy 4 and 3. And somebody give me a precept on flattery lips. 2 Timothy 4 and 3.
Okay.
2 Timothy 4 and 3.
2 Timothy 4 and 3.
Bring it up.
For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine.
Right, they won't endure chastisement. Sound doctrine. That's where the chastisement is coming from now. It's sound doctrine. It's you can't do that. And you can't do this. Our people don't want to hear that. So they're going to heap to themselves people that's going to tell them it's okay. It's okay to do this. It's okay to do that. You can be a little lenient. But no, you can't. Our God is a God of war. That means He's militant, man. That means you have to walk a certain way, man. You have to be on fire, diligent, and you have to have this discipline. You see? You know? Read on.
But after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers, having itching ears.
You see that? Our people just want to hear what they want to hear. They want to hear what they want to hear. You got a precept?
Just one on flattering.
Bring it out.
It's Proverbs 7 and 5.
Proverbs 7 and 5. Read that.
They that may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words.
What flattereth with her words. All these different doctrines. These strange women. That's what our people, they're being drawn to. They're being drawn to. If you look at it now, our people, they loving this book of Enoch. Now it's all of a sudden, I don't know how long it's been around, but you have to watch out for this new book of the Mormons. Right? What is it, Shanetta? This book is Book of the Mormons. I've been seeing a lot of Israelites precept out of that. And now all of a sudden they're enlightened. But find me one precept where it talk about the Book of the Mormons in the Bible. It don't. See, that book's going to tell them what they want to hear ultimately. Itching ears is probably going to tell them that they can walk hand in hand with the white people. That's probably what it's going to tell them. And our people struggling with that. We didn't make the rules. It is what it is, right? So we have to be disciplined. You found it?
Yeah.
Bring it out.
It's Proverbs chapter 11 verses 8.
11 and 8. Come on, bring it out.
The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked committed in the stead.
In His stead, right? That's the Most High God in you, delivering you out of trouble. Why? Because you're His son. And I can't tell you how many times the Most High done saved me from getting my head blown off, from being hit by cars, for me dying in so many different ways so I could be here. It was so many times I almost died before I had any children, before I met your mother. Sometimes I think about it and my body shake. You see, but I'm here for a reason. I see that now, you know, and we're one of many we're one of many families that's coming back to the Most High, that's following His law, statutes, and commandments. That we really love the truth. We love His word, and we meditate therein day and night. You see, you got a precept? Mm-hmm. Bring it out.
It's Psalms 55, 20 through 21.
Read that.
He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Right. Read it again. His words were smoother than what?
Butter.
His words were smoother than butter. So you have to look out for the flattery lip. You know, you really want to be around somebody who's gonna tell you the truth. Just tell you the truth, flat out. And I deal with I know men that can't handle truth. They always want to water stuff down and butter people up. No, man, tell it is what it is, man. You know, and you coming to this truth now, everything gotta be watered down. When I was in the world, we was in the street, you wanted everything overboard. We wanted the strongest drugs. They try to give you some mid type of drugs. I know men that would fight. If you sold them some weed and it halfway got them high, they was coming right back with that bag and they was gonna want to fight. I seen it firsthand. Why, when you go out there, these people, they're smoking and doing embalming fluid. The stuff that you put in the dead, they took that stuff and they're taking it. Why? They want the strongest drugs. They want the strongest high. They want to sleep with all the women, right? You want to get all the money, right? That's the spirit. But then when you come into the truth, you want half the truth. Now the truth got to be watered down. That's the wrong spirit to be in, man, right? So what else we got? Hebrews, we got 12 and 5? Read that.
I had it that.
Give me that, Jocelyn.
Okay. Hebrews 12 and 5 through 6.
Read that.
And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children.
Mm-hmm.
My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord.
Right.
Nor faint when thou art rebuked of him.
Right.
For whom the Lord loveth.
Read it again.
For whom the Lord loveth.
Read.
He chasteneth.
And
scourgeth every son whom he receiveth.
He got to get you right, you know. And we're in the process, you know, and in these times you have to love rebuke, because we've been filthy, man, for a long time. So it's going to take a lot of shirt snatching and arm yanking, and, you know, it's going to take a lot of chastising to get us to where we need to be. Because right now we still hating each other. There's still divisions. You know, you got grown men acting like little kids. And I'm talking about Israel, all this bickering back and forth and hating and competition. And hey, man, just be a brother. Be a brother. Learn to be a brother, and learn what our people need to do is focus on their own houses individually, and then, you know, be a man of your household. And that's going to make us better as a people. Like, first, this man needs to deal with his own house. Make sure your own vessel pure, right? Make sure you live in the life that you're talking about. You got men out here waving their hand, and they don't even got their house in order. You're trying to tell men what to do, and you haven't even seen your children, or your children telling you what to do, but yet you think you want to have authority. It don't work like that. You got to be a man here first. You know, and it's man that's ruling well. They got their house in order. It's a beautiful thing to see Israel build, and we need more of it. In purity and sound and truth. You see, because, you know, if the earth remained, then righteous men that's been raising their righteous sons, then you marry those righteous sons with your righteous daughters. And that's how we gonna build the kingdom. You see? And likewise, so give me
Exodus 1 and 3.
Is that what I had? Exodus 20 and 1.
Okay.
Let's see where I was going. Give me that, Chanel. Exodus 20:1.
I had first.
I want you. That's good. You getting quick on that sword, son. I want your mom to get it. I want you to get 1 Peter 4:17. But first, I'm gonna tell you when to get it. But I want you to stay with us. Okay? Okay, bring it out, Snow.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. Yahweh spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Right.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
Right. So the Most High was breaking it down. He was telling the people what he need. Right? He said, I'm the Lord thy God. Right? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. But understand, he's right over the top of us. He's dwelling with us. What more could we want, right? Now go to verse 18. Watch this.
Verse 18. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood off afar.
They did what?
Removed and stood off afar.
You see, our people from the beginning, they never was able to endure sound doctrine. You see that? From the beginning. So, you know, this book is written for our learning. We have to avoid the things that our forefathers done. They should have endured sound doctrine. They should have stayed under the voice of the Lord, under the thunders and the quakings. I know it was scary. It was tough. It was overwhelming. But right there was everything that they needed. But they said, hey, we can't be here. We need somebody else to speak to us, right? Read on. Give me verse 19.
Verse 19. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not Yahweh speak with us.
But let what?
Let not Yahweh speak with us, lest we die.
You see that? So they all our people, they didn't want to listen to the 100 proof, 150 proof. They wanted to get a man. Well, what they really saying is, let a man speak. Like when you come out here and you, like sometimes when we out here, we street preaching and we come out the Bible, they say the same thing. Don't read the Bible. Let us hear your words. That's what they're saying. They're really trying to, if you see it through the spirit, they're trying to seduce Moses. Because Moses was saying the same thing the Most High was saying. Why? But they figure that they'll get Moses and then they'll wear on him and get him to say what they want to hear. But Moses was up and just and upright, and he didn't. But let me show you what's going to happen. Go to Numbers 14:1. Not every man will. So that's why you have to be aware of this. There's some man they're being seduced. You got people in high places now telling you to take the jab. You got camps now that's telling you to come join us and you can get women and money. There's a lot of bad things happening in Israel right now. But a lot of people don't understand right now is the hour of judgment. And judgment must happen in his house first. Right? So give me that Numbers 14:1.
All right. Numbers 14:1. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron.
So just like a woman, our people, we have this spirit upon us. The Most High, he likened us unto a woman. And when a woman don't get what she wants, she'll cry all night. She'll weep all night until the man he gives up and he gives her what she wants. That's what they trying to do to Moses. They knew they couldn't do it to the Most High. So what they separated Moses, and they doing that right now to our leaders. Our leaders have to be aware of what's going on. They're being seduced by the people. The leaders are allowing the people to do what they want, and new people coming into this truth are being seduced and taken away, and they're joining this because they got itching ears, and they're not enduring sound doctrine or chastisement. Right? Give me Judges 16 and 15. I'll show you. Give me that, Shanetta. Judges 16 and 15.
Judges chapter 16, verse 15.
Read that.
And he said unto him, how canst thou say, I love thee, when thine heart is not with me?
So this was Delilah. Y'all know about Delilah and Samson, right? The wicked woman who was trying to find out his strength. Why? And this is the message, man. That the leaders can't give their strength over to women, to Israel. All leaders need to stand strong because we're watching. We're watching them give their strength over to women. Read it from the top, Shanetta.
And she said unto him, how canst thou say, I love thee, when thine heart is not with me? Thou hast mocked me these 3 times, and hast not told me wherein thy great strength lieth.
You see what she want? See what Israel want?
The secrets.
Want the secrets. Want that strength of that man so she can bring him down. Why? That's in us, man, as a people, as a whole. And our leaders need to be like Moses. They don't need to be like Aaron. Read on.
Verse 16. And it came to pass when she pressed him daily.
She did what?
When she pressed him daily.
She cried day and night. Just like the people did to Moses. Cried day and cried night. Right? Read on.
Pressed him daily with her words, and urged him so that his soul was vexed until death.
Until death. Right? Read on.
That he told her all his heart and said unto her, there have not come a razor upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto Yahweh.
He gave her his strength. Read on.
From my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man.
Right. And that's what happens when you give over to the people. You become weak. The Most High has elevated our leaders, and it's a beautiful thing to see our leaders go into this Bible, man, and break it down and feed the children. But you know, even as a father, I can't allow y'all to sway me to not tell y'all the truth. You know? So as a whole, it has to start individually in households, you know, but it has to leak down from the top, you know, and this is what we need. Read on.
Verse 18. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines.
Why? Because even now, if you pay attention, there's always somebody trying to get you to consent to sin. Right? They're always trying to send a text message or use a weird way of saying, can I sin? They'll twist up words. Well, you know, I was married to this man, but such and such and this, but now I'm with this man. Is it okay? No, that's adultery. You see what I'm saying? Well, I kind of got, I have a bald head. Can I wear a hat while I'm reading the Bible? No, you got to show your bald head. You know what I'm saying? You want to reverence the Most High. It's always, you seeing it, right? People asking you, and that's what the people are doing. And we're way down here. So how much more these top guys always got these people, Israelites, trying to get them to ban it and trying to figure out ways to get you to tell them that it's okay to sin. And our elders, our leaders have to stand strong. Read on.
I'm gonna start again.
And our fathers, and our mothers, and you want to face that with your friends. Well, why can't you just do this? Or why can't you just do that? Because the law says we can't, and we love the Most High. It's simple, right? And every word is not gonna be. Everything ain't just gonna be make you feel good. So and we have our good times, but it's better to teach you to endure chastisement. That way you can enjoy the good even the more. Why? You won't go overboard. You know how to control yourself. You know how to conduct yourself. You have discipline, right? And that's where you get discipline from at home. Read on.
Verse 18. Trying to focus. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, Come up this one, for he hath showed me all his heart. And then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and brought money in their hand. And she made him sleep upon her knees, and she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. And she began to afflict him.
Why? Because the Most High told him not to cut his hair. Now he gave the strength to this woman, and she doing what the Most High told him not to do. You see that? Now she's going to take his strength. And that's all the wickedness of Israel. And once they get you to fall, they're gonna leave you hanging dry. Because, man, 2/3 of our people is wicked, man. 2/3, that's one out of every 3 people, thus saith the Lord, man. We don't know how those proportions work out, but we know that 1 out of every 3 Israelites is going to be saved for righteousness, and 2 out of every 3 are going to be destroyed. They're wicked, right? Read on.
And she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him. And she said, The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awoke out of his sleep and said, I will go out as at other times before and shake myself. And he wist not that the Lord was departed from him.
Right. You see that? So, you know, you have to stand strong, you know what I'm saying, and do thus saith the Lord, because the Most High will leave you. And he'll leave you, you won't even know it. Why? Because you didn't stand strong. It's a lot of, hey, you look around, man, there's a lot of our brews, man. It's a lot of these camps that think the Most High is with them, but he not with them. He not with them. You got camps saying that Yahweh Shah he didn't do miracles. You got other men saying take the job. You got other men, hey, you got a lot of things in Israel going on right now. But right now we're supposed to be humble. It tell you that in Barak, what's that? Barak chapter 4, Shanetta? Endure chastisement. Barak 4 and
4:9
and 25.
Barak 4, verse 29.
Y'all listen to this. 25.
Oh, 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from Yahweh.
What it say?
Suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from Yahweh.
Read.
For thine enemy have persecuted thee.
Read.
But shortly thou shalt see his destruction.
Hey, shortly we're going to see his destruction. Read on.
And shall tread upon his neck.
That's right. We're going to rule over. So we got to understand we can't be looking for too much fun here. Because the Most High told us to suffer this punishment patiently. You know, and he gave you the things that you need. It's a lot of people that don't even have, like, real love around them. Y'all got real love. Y'all got real love. And then now we got brothers coming in that got real love, sisters coming in. So we surrounded. You know, so what you need to, we need to build slow and we need to build right. And you don't need to rush. You don't need to rush. You see? So let's get Hosea 3 and 1. Let me show you something about women. Give me that, Judah.
Hosea 3 and 1. Then said the Lord unto me, Go yet, love a woman, beloved of her friend, yet an adulteress, according to the love of the Lord, toward the children of Israel, who took to other gods, and loved flagons of wine.
Right, so all the children of Israel is like an adulterous woman. That's what the Most High is showing us through the prophet, that loved other gods and loved flagons of wine. What? Doctrines. All people always love, hey, even when we came into the truth, right? You know, we was reading the Bible often. And then for some reason, we got the book of Jasher. Then all of a sudden, I'm reading the book of Jasher 3 times more than I'm reading the Bible. Why? Because that spirit, man, we've always been drawn to this wine, to these other doctors. We're an adulterous generation. So we're susceptible to these things, so we have to be disciplined as a people. You see? You have to discipline yourself. And you have to know from whence you fallen. That's how we fall. We always love the doctrines of the other nations, their customs, their cultures, right? Their birthdays, their holidays. Why have we hated all our laws and statutes, right? That the Most High gave us. Give me Barak, or give me Sirach 17 and 11 real quick. It's no wonder why we don't know who we are, and we lost as a people, because we've hated the law of the Most High, the law that we should love. Give me that. Sirach 11 and 7. Or is it give me, read that.
17 and 11.
Yeah.
Sirach 17 and 11. Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance.
For what?
He made an everlasting covenant with them and shewed them his judgments.
Right. So he gave us a law for an inheritance. You see that? So that's who we are. Everything that we are and everything that we will be, everything that we can become is wrapped up in his law. And if we hate this, we'll always be nothing. So give me go back to Numbers 14 and 2. Somebody give me that. Numbers 14 and 2. Show us how we was, man. So we have to be all these things up for our learning. Numbers 14 and 2.
None. I got it.
Read that.
Numbers 14 and 2.
Read that.
And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses.
They did what?
Murmured against Moses. And against Aaron.
Read verse 5.
Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel.
Why? The people will wear you out. All people are stubborn. You think, look around, man. All people still want to do what they want to do. The only thing they need is a little bit of space. And they're gonna let loose. You see? You seeing it. You seeing it. So and they wore Moses and Aaron out. If Moses, it said how many men did the Most High put the spirit of Moses upon? Like 70 men?
80.
80?
Oh, I don't know. I think, yeah, it was.
Let's get that.
I thought it was 80.
Let's get that, because I want to make a point. Right? So Moses spirit put on page 80. All right, so give me Numbers 11 and 16.
I got it.
Hold on. Let me make sure that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Numbers 11 and 16. Read that.
Numbers chapter 11, verse 16. And the Lord said unto Moses, gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, who thou knowest to be the elders of the people, and officers over them, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with thee. And I will come down and talk with thee there, and I will take of the spirit which is upon thee, and I will put it upon them.
Right. So imagine having this type of spirit, to where the Most High can take the spirit off you and put it on 70 men. And you're a powerful man. But the people yet wore him down. Because they wanted to do what they wanted to do. How much more even today? That's why we have to draw the sound doctrine, and draw the correction, and draw to the voice of the Most High. Or we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Give me Exodus 32 and 19 real quick.
Exodus 32 and 19. And it came to pass, as soon as he came nigh unto the camp, that he showed the calf and the dancing, and Moses' anger waxed hot.
Read it again.
And it came to pass, as soon as he came nigh unto the camp, that he saw the calf and the dancing.
He saw the celebration. He saw the calf And the dancing. Read on.
And Moses' anger waxed hot.
He was mad, right? Read on.
And he cast the tables out of his hands and brake them beneath the mount.
Hey, this is the spirit you have to be in. This is the spirit of correction. This is the same spirit that Yahweh Shah was in. This is the spirit that all people that y'all, my sons and my daughters have to endure. This is a righteous fire, righteous anger. Give me John 2 and 13. We go. Where else did we see this? Can somebody else remind me? Where else did you see that? Read that again. That last part. 19.
23 and 19.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Numbers 22 and 19?
Exodus 32 and 19.
Oh, 32 and 19. Okay.
Can somebody give me John 2 and 13? Okay.
Exodus chapter 32, verse 19.
Read it.
And it came to pass as soon as he came nigh unto the camp, and he saw the calf and the dancing, and Moses' anger waxed hot, and he cast the tables out of his hand and brake them beneath the mount.
Read on.
And he took the calf which they had made and burned it in the fire, and ground it to powder, and strawed it up upon the water, and made the children of Israel drink of it.
You see that? That's chastisement. Give me that. What you got? John 2 and 13.
John 2 and 13.
Listen to this, Netta.
And the Jews' Passover was at hand.
Right?
And Yahushua went up to Jerusalem and found in the temple those that sold oxen.
Those that what?
Those that sold oxen and sheep and doves, and the changers of money sitting.
There was in the temple of the Most High making profit. And then you see that. You see men in high places making profit of the people, man. And it's not supposed to be that way. Now, Yahweh Shah had a treasure. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to you take up money to provide for the poor, and you know people have needs, and then you know everybody can pull out of that pot, and that's good. But what they was doing was wrong. They had their own stuff set up and they were selling it. They was making some good gains. Why they had doves? You can get you can get whatever you need. Read it again.
Okay, 13. And the
14.
Okay, 14. And found in the temple those that sold oxen and sheep and doves, and the changers of money sitting.
Read.
And when he had made a scourge of small cords, he drove them all out of the temple, and the sheep and the oxen, and poured out the chargers' money and overthrew the tables.
Why? This that righteous anger. This is what our man need to be operating under. We see Moses did it. Now we seeing Yahweh Shah do it. We got two examples. Right? So when the people go off, you have to have that spirit within you to correct. Because if anybody need correction, it's us. We're a lost people. And we'll go off at a drop of a dime. Moses went up to the top of the mount just for a moment. And when he came down, we had made our own God. Imagine that. He on the top of the mountain talking to the Most High. But we down here making our own God. It shows you how wicked we are as a people. You see? And we need to be constantly corrected or we'll go off. So you need to draw to correction and draw to chastisement and know that the Most High loves you if you have chastisement, right? Not run from it, not want to hear it, not want to love the milk. All people want too much honey, too much wine, too much meat. They want the things that make them feel good. Sometimes it's a time to cut off on Esau. We realize what Esau did, but it's a time to get us right. Because give me that in what's that, Ezekiel 39 and 23? Give me Ezekiel 39 and 23 real quick.
I got it.
Click on that sword now. Read that.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 39, verse 23.
Read that.
And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity.
Right, so we're in captivity overall for our own iniquity. So there's a time where we have to, we can't just sit around and rebuke Esau all day. We know he wicked. We know he the border of wickedness, the beginning of it and the ending of it. Hey, but we not here because we was doing righteous. We're here because we were wicked. So while we're here, we have to get ourselves right. You see that? So as young ladies, as a woman, you need to be working on yourself every day. You need to be seeing where you can do better, where you went off, what you can correct, and I do too. And that's how we gonna build this thing better. I have to be as a man, as a father. It's my job. The Most High set in front of me what I should do. You know, a man should be more diligent. You can never be diligent enough. You can always read more scriptures. You can always reach out. You see what I'm saying? You can always perfect your craft. You know what I'm saying? In you see these top basketball players, even Michael Jordan, they say he was an a-hole, but he won a whole lot of championships. And sometimes you have to, winners are not always nice. You know who be the nice people? Losers. It's always people. Oh, that's everybody gets a sticker spirit. No, everybody ain't finna get no damn sticker. The first one who passed through the tape, he getting the prize, and everybody else gonna lose, right? So you have to fight for this prize. And I've been coached. First of all, I had my father. I was blessed to have a father, and he was on me like I'm on y'all. He was don't do that. You know, I needed the father to tell me, hey man, if I walk past a piece of something on the floor, you didn't see that? Man, it was over. It was over. And some of the time, my family members be laughing. They be like, man, you needed a magnifying glass to even see that. He tripping. But look, where they at? A lot of my friends that I love, they dead. They dead and they didn't have a father. And the rest of them in prison. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be grateful for a father. It's a beautiful thing. And now we have the Most High and he's chastising us. We have the whole world now. So give me
I have a precept.
You got a precept? Bring it out.
1 Corinthians 9:24.
What that say?
Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize?
But how many?
One.
No, everybody receive a prize.
One.
Right?
But one receiveth the prize, so run that ye may obtain.
Run that ye may obtain. That means you have to look. Runners, they raise up. Hey, some of these runners, they get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Why? It's still dark. You may be in your deep sleep. You may be in REM sleep. Your eyes all doing 1,000 miles per hour and they out there sweating because they want it more. And that's this zeal, this drive that you got to have, Jazzy. You got to want it more. You got to want to be righteous. You got to want to keep these law, statutes, and commandments. You got to want to hear the voice of your father because he's going to guide you. He knows. You got to want to hear the voice of your mother. She knows. You hear me, Judah? You have to endure chastisement as a good son. Right?
Yes.
Because I love you. You see? And you too, Trinity. You know? Because I love you. I love you. But let's get back into it. So let's get, where was we at? So we up on the mount, right? Did we read 1 John 2 and 13? Where do we get to that? Did we get to 17?
No, we didn't read that.
1 John 2, I think we read 13 and 14.
1 John 2 and what?
Oh, it's 1 John.
That was John we read.
Yeah.
15. 2 and 15. 1 John 2 and 15.
1 John 2 and 15.
Read that.
Love not the world, neither the things.
Salaki, John 2 and 15.
That's what I
Whoever
said.
got, who got it?
I do.
Read it.
John 2:15.
Read that.
And when he had made a scourge of small cords,
He did what?
he drove them all out of the temple,
Read on.
and the sheep and the oxen, and poured out the changers' money, and overthrew the tables.
He corrected their ass, man. Imagine that. A man making a whipping grown men, flipping over tables and kicking cows. And he tore that place up. Read on.
And said unto them that sold doves, take these things hence, make not my father's house an house of merchandise.
And he was mad over his father's house. He was mad at what the people was doing in the presence of his father, man. And that's how every Israelite man need to be. Every Israelite man need to hold themselves accountable and their family accountable and their brothers accountable. We got too many Israelite man sitting back on the couch, you know what I'm saying, reaching for the remote control and a bag of chips. It's too many Israelite men just watching their family do whatever they want to do and not correcting. Why they won't correct? Because they won't hold themselves accountable. And they're holding up the nation, man. They're holding up the people. You can't get yourself right, so now there's a righteous woman and she got to wait for you. She got to wait for you 2-3 more years to get yourself right. When she's ready. She's ready. But he's a couch potato. He's lazy. He don't want to stay up late, get up early and get in the precepts. Right? He just want to watch breakdowns all day. And that's going on, man. And we have, as men, we have to hold ourselves accountable, man. We're responsible. The Most High left us in charge. We got us here, and we got to get us up out of this mess, man. The Most High not going to come. He said he wasn't going to come back until we turn our hearts back to him. And that's what we have to do, man. So read on.
And his disciples remembered that it was written, the zeal of thine house.
The what?
The zeal of thine house hath eaten me up.
And you don't see much zeal, man. He said, the zeal of thine house hath eaten me up. And we need more zeal, man. We need more people on fire, man. That's what we need, man. We need more righteous brothers, man. More brothers on fire, man. It's too many people that's just mediocre and chill and lax. And that's not what we need. Give me, you had a precept? Give me Exodus 32 and 21. Let's go back to Exodus 32 and 21. So we got two examples of what a leader gonna do. A righteous leader gonna do. The zeal of the Lord gonna eat him up. And he gonna do something. Read on. Exodus 32 and 21.
Exodus 32 and 21.
Read that.
And Moses said unto Aaron, what did this people unto thee, that thou hast wrought so great a sin upon them?
Moses said, look, Aaron, you know, see, he didn't, Moses was telling them that they got to die now. They got to die. You followed this leader. He led you into idolatry. Now you're going to die. Read it again. 21.
Verse 21. And Moses said unto Aaron, what did this people do unto thee, that thou hast wrought them such a great sin upon them?
Read on.
And Aaron said, let not the anger of the Lord wax hot. Thou knowest the people, that they are set on mischief.
Thou knowest the people, that they are set on mischief. Read on.
For they said unto me, make us gods.
What they say?
Make us gods.
Right. He got persuaded by the people. Make us gods. Read on.
For as for this Moses, the man, and brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what this is become of him.
Read on.
And I said unto them, whosoever hath any gold, let them break it off.
Read.
So they gave it to me. Then I cast it into the fire, and there came out this calf.
Read on.
And when Moses saw that the people were naked, for Aaron had made them naked, unto their shame among their enemies.
Idolatry makes you naked. Read on.
Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp, and said, who is on the Lord's side? Let him come unto me.
Moses said, who's on the Lord's side? Look what's finna happen. Moses finna take a group of Israelite men, and they're finna kill all the men that made this calf. And so this thing is not a light thing in the eyes of the Most High. It's not a light thing. So give me Sirach, what's that? 5 and 4? Give me that. Sirach 5 and 4. The Most High is not gonna let you go. In no wise.
Sirach 5 and 4.
Read that.
Say not, I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me?
Right, so you can't just dive off into idolatry. You can't just dive off into making yourself a god and think that the Most High is not going to do nothing to you. Read on.
For the Lord is long-suffering.
He's going to wait. He's long-suffering. Read.
He will in no wise let thee go.
No, you're going to escape.
He will in no wise let thee go.
He will in no wise let thee go. So read that in Exodus 32 and 26.
32 and 26. Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, "Who is on the Lord's side?
Read on.
Let him come unto me." And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together. And he said unto them, "Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, put every man his sword by his side, and go in and out from gate to gate throughout the camp, and slay every man his brother, and every man his companion, and every man his neighbor."
You see that? So they all had to die for what they did, for following the priests, for following the high priest. They convinced this man into giving them a God. He gave them a God, and it cost them their life. He will in no wise let thee go. Just because a man say you can do this or that don't mean that the Most High is still not going to punish you, because he told you what to do in the first place. So you can't heap unto yourself leaders of itching ears. Men, women are going to tell you what to do, because the Most High going to get you, right? So give me Numbers 20 and 25 through 26. Numbers 20, 25, and he got Moses. I mean, he got Aaron too. So the leaders, he'll get the leaders too. No man is gonna escape, man. Give me Numbers 20 and 25. You got that, Shanetta?
Yep.
Read that.
Numbers chapter 20 and 25.
Read that.
Take Aaron and Eleazar, his son, and bring them up onto Mount Hor. And stripped Aaron of his garment.
He did what?
Stripped Aaron of his
Now,
garments.
you can get stripped of that authority as the Most High gave you. Read on.
And put them upon Eleazar his son. And Aaron shall be gathered unto his people.
Read 28.
And shall die there.
28.
And Moses stripped Aaron of his garments and put them upon Eleazar his son. And Aaron died there in the top of the mount.
Imagine that, man. Imagine, you know what I'm saying, the Most High telling you finna die. Take off your clothes. Think about it. You finna die like our parents used to whoop our ass. Take that shirt off. Take that shirt. You trying to take it off real slow, and I'm trying to, what is it? Take it off. Imagine the Most High telling you finna die. Take off your garments. You're not gonna need that no more. You weren't using it right anyway. I'm gonna give it to another man that's gonna use it. He gonna fulfill my office. Take it off. He probably trying, take it off. So he had to take off his garments. So Moses stripped him of his garments. Read it again.
28. And Moses stripped Aaron of his garments and put them upon Eleazar his son. And Aaron died there in the top of Mount. And Moses and Eleazar came down from the mount. And when all the congregation saw that Aaron was dead, they mourned for Aaron 30 days, even all the house of Israel.
So he got stripped ultimately for sinning against the Most High. So give me 1 Peter 4 and 17, man. 1 Peter 4 and 17. So didn't he say the Lord is long suffering? He will in no wise let thee go. 1 Peter 4 and 17, David. Click on that sword, Doc. $3,000 men died, right? That's a lot of people. Now imagine how many more gonna die. The Most High, he's a man of war, right? So he glory in this thing.
Which say again?
1 Peter 4 and 17.
Okay. I got that.
Bring it out.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, and verse 17.
Read that.
For it is the time that cometh judgment must begin at a same. But
Read it again. Read it from the top.
for the time is come that judgeth must begin at the same
At the house
The house.
at the house
of God.
of at the house of God.
Read it again.
For it's the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God.
At the house of God. That mean the top. That mean the heads. And you see a lot of pastors dying. You see a lot of husbands dying. Right? The Most High, he dealing with Israel the same way. These leaders that letting the people do whatever they want to do. Right? These fathers are letting they women rule their household, letting their children rule over when they've already been given the commandments of thus saith the Lord. The Most High is requiring every man to stand bold, to not be emotional, because none of this has to do with emotional. It's all has to do with obedience. Right? The people gonna be emotional, so you have to be super obedient. Right? And as a leader, as a light, you got a lot pulling on us, man. I'm not saying that I'm a leader of Israel. I'm just saying that I'm a leader of my house, and where I'm at, I got a lot pulling on me. I got a lot of people pulling on me. I got a lot of people trying to pull me back, and it's a lot. It is a lot, and it's difficult. And they're trying to get you to fold. They're trying to get you to bend, but you cannot bend. You cannot bow. You hear that, Judah? As a man, if the Most High allow this world to tear, you can't bend as a man. A lot of times people ain't gonna like what you say. Your family, your wife might get mad at you. Your children might think you're too mean. Hey man, you have to do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do to get y'all to where y'all gotta be. And that's all gonna fall on your shoulders. That's the part of being a man. Not every man is gonna pacify his wife and pacify his children and let them rule the house and run all over. No, man. You gotta be that man. Look, we gonna do what Joshua said. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. He said, if it seem evil to you, and you do what the hell you want to do. Our forefathers was man. I mean, manly man. Joshua ran up on Yahushua and asked him whose side you on. Imagine that. Imagine running up on Yahushua and asking him, hey, whose side you on? What you want to do? Imagine that. He was a bold man. Our forefathers, they wasn't pushovers, man. They was bold. And we have to get back to that. Stop trying to be so damn nice. It ain't about being nice, man. We've been nice too damn long. It's time to be man. It's time to be bold, devout, stern. It says that Yahushua, he was what's the word I want, Shanetta? He was
Meek and
No.
low.
He ain't mess around, man. He wasn't the type of guy that was always laughing. He was the type of guy where they was afraid to ask questions. You know? He was and I got that accent. I'll steer. Can you give me that, Jasper? Austere. He was an austere man. Give me the definition of that. Look it up in the blue letter. But so it says judgment must start in the house of Israel. What else you got there? The house of God.
And if it first began at us, what shall end be of them that obey not the gospel of God?
Right. So you got that definition, Joshua?
How do you say that word?
Let me see. Give me Ezekiel 8 and 6.
Yeah, I'll get it. I already got it. So I'll get it. Ezekiel 8 and 6.
I can say 6 and 12.
86, what? Yeah, 8 and 6. He said furthermore unto me, Son of man, seest thou what they do, even the great abominations that the house of Israel committeth here, that I should go far from my sanctuary? But turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations.
Read on.
12. Okay. And he brought me to the door of the court, and when I looked, behold, a hole in the wall. Then he said unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall, And when I had digged in the wall, behold, a door. And he said unto me, Go in, and behold the wicked abominations that they do here. So I went in, and saw, and behold, every form of creeping things, and abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel, prostrate upon the wall round about.
Right?
And there stood before them 70 men of the ancient house of Israel, and in the midst of them stood Jazaniah, the son of Shaphan, with every man his censer in his hand. A thick cloud of incense went up. Then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark, every man in the chambers of his imaginary?
Right. So give me Matthew 25 and 24.
Matthew 25 and 24.
Read that.
His Lord said unto him, wait, no, that's 21. 24.
25 and 24.
Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man.
He said, I knew thee that what?
I knew thee that thou art an hard man.
No, he was a soft guy.
I knew thee that thou art an hard man.
And he was a stern man. He wasn't no pushover. Read.
Reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed.
You see that? So that's the type of man we have to be, man. You know. So go back to Ezekiel 8, and we have to be leaders. The Most High, he's raising up leaders, man. He's not raising up every man has the lead. To win the championship, you need a team full of leaders. Like everybody has to be the best at their position. Like you need the best 3-point shooter. You need the best defensive player. You need the best offensive player. You need the best rebounder. You see what I'm saying? When you build a basketball team, you need the best at each position. When you go back to the 96 Bulls, they had the best rebounder. They had the best player in the world. They had the best all-around player in the world. They had the best 3-point shooter. And they had the best coach. And they won 3-peat. So you have to be the best at what you do. Read that, Ezekiel 8 and 6.
And 6. He said furthermore unto me, Son of man, seest thou what they do?
Seest thou what they do? Read.
Even great abominations that the house of Israel committed.
So the Most High is asking. He's asking his servants, don't you see what's going on? Because I see it. Read on.
Hear that I should go far off from my sanctuary?
Right, so they're doing it in the sanctuary, man. The same things that they was doing then, they're doing now. And the zeal of the Lord shall rise up in his people. They're buying, selling, and making merchandise of the house of God. Right, they're making the same thing that they was doing in the days of Moses. All this myrrh and laughing and this adultery. All this, you know what I'm saying? Just the people doing whatever they want to do, how they want to do it. And there's no structure. There's no discipline. There's no man that's saying, hey, thus saith the Lord. Read.
But turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations.
Read.
And he brought me to the door of the court, and when I looked, behold, a hole in the wall.
A hole in the wall. Read.
Then said he unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall.
Right.
And when I had digged in the wall, behold, a door.
A door.
And he said unto me, Go in, and behold, the wicked abominations that they do here.
Right. So the Most High is saying, look, these people think they're getting away with it. But look, I'm going to show you through the Spirit. So the Most High, he had Ezekiel, he going in through the doors. He's seeing what the leaders, the elders of Israel is doing behind closed doors. And it's wicked. It's foul. The adultery, the selling, the buying, the taking bribes. You know?
Got a precept.
Bring it out.
Sirach 7 and 1.
Read that.
2. Sirach 7 and 1 through 2.
Read that.
Do no evil, so shall no harm come unto thee.
Beautiful. Read.
Depart from the unjust, and iniquity shall turn away from thee.
So get Matthew 16 and 5. And give me Sirach 30 and 25.
Okay.
Give me Sirach 30 and 25 first.
Sirach 30 and 25.
Read that.
A cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet.
Will have care of what?
Of his meat and diet.
Amen. A wise man, he's gonna take care of what he eats, what he consumes, his diet. Not only physically but spiritually. You should have an ear for sound doctrine. You should know the voice of Yahweh Shai. You should know truth when you hear it. It tell you that in Job 30 and 3. Give me that real quick. That's one of my favorite precepts, man. Job 30 and 3. Right? You should take heed of what you eat in your diet.
I got it.
Give me that.
Job 30 and 3. For one.
Give me 34 and 3.
34 and 3.
Read that.
Okay. For the ear trieth words.
The ear tries words, what?
As the mouth tasteth meat.
As the mouth tastes meat. So you should be able to take heed of what you're taking in your soul. And you should know when it's sound. You should know when it's false, right? So give me Matthew 16 and 5, and we'll end here.
I got Matthew 16 and 5.
Give me that.
I want to take weeping out of first.
You got 2 good scriptures in. You did good. You did good, son. Read that.
Matthew 16 and 5.
Read.
And when his disciples were come to the other side, they had forgotten to take bread.
Why? So they was on a physical level, man. They thinking about what they gonna eat. Man, I'm hungry. Who got some bread? But Yahweh Shah was always in the spirit, man. And this how we have to be. Read.
Then Yahweh Shah said unto them, take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees.
So they thinking about the normal food. Leaven. What bread the Pharisees and the Sadducees got? What is he talking about? Read.
Okay, 7. And they reason among themselves, saying, it is because we have taken no bread.
Read on.
Which when Yahweh Shah perceived, he said unto them, O ye of little faith, why reason ye among yourselves, because ye have brought no bread?
Read verse 11.
Okay. How is it that ye do not understand that I spake it not to you concerning bread, that ye should beware of the leaven of the Pharisees? Wait, it's a question. How is it that ye do not understand that I spake it not to you concerning bread?
Right, not of food, but what?
That ye should beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees.
He said you should be aware what the Pharisees and the Sadducees are teaching. All people should be aware that there's Pharisees and Sadducees out here. Read on.
Okay. 12. Then understood they how that he bade them not to beware of the leaven of bread, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees.
Of the what?
But of the doctrine of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees.
With that, we're going to say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.